Traditions and customs are national treasure. Kazakh people observe traditions over many centuries. The great step is an amulet of the country. You can watch the customs and traditions of the Kazakhs in the Modern Nomads program. The topic of today's program is SHYGARU BESIK toy, the ceremony of a baby's first 40 days. Kazakhs always appreciated their offspring. This created lots of traditions and customs related to the birth of a baby. When a baby is born, the ceremony of SHYGARU or SHYGARU is given. In some regions of Kazakhstan, the tradition is called SHYGARU, but mostly we call it SHYGARU. The young generation joins the SHYGARU as well. In the ancient times, the ceremony was organized on an odd-numbered day and lasted for 40 days. Along with the SHYGARU, there was a tradition called kalja, thrown in regard to the baby's mother, each carrying a very particular set of utilitarian meanings.
Bala нәресте дүниеге келгеннен кейін оған қандай ырымдар жасалады? Мәселен, бала дүниеге келгеннен кейінгі ең алғашқы жасалатын қадамның біреуі бұл қалжа.
Right after the baby is born, the custom of kalja is performed. Long before the baby is born, the father of the baby picks a sheep that will be slaughtered and served to the newfound mother. The fresh meat and broth are to help the mother recuperate faster and produce more milk. The next ritual that takes place in the newborn's life is called SHYGARU. In Farsi, the word shile means 40. So the fact that SHYGARU usually celebrates the baby passing the threshold of 40 days of life is symbolic.
Shille деген сөз негізінде парсы тілінде 40 дегенді білдіреді. Сондықтан дағы бұл SHYGARU менен қазақтың қоғамында 40-нан шығару екеуі бірімен-бірі байланысты. Бірақ қазақтар SHYGARUны соңғы кезеңде бір аптадан кейін.
However, Kazakhs don't always follow this logic. Some organize SHYGARU as early as 3 or 7 days after birth. Strangely enough, this notion of SHYGARU wasn't present in the old times. Its predecessor, SHYGARU, was in place, kuzet meaning protection. A feckless tiny baby needed protection from the dark exterior factors until it grew spiritually resistant. Day in and day out, the baby was watched over and played with until he or she started walking.
жаңағы бала өзіне өзі келгенге дейін жаңағы түнімен соны күзетіп, соны жаңағы ермектендіріп отыру керек деген мәселе дүниеден туған дүние.
SHYGARU is meant to be celebrated by all ages. The youngsters spend the night singing and playing. They eventually liked each other and formed couples. The elders pray and bless the baby. All in all, it is a very good reason for the remote relatives to meet up, and missing the opportunity to attend SHYGARU was a big misfortune. SHYGARU is organized for both boy and girl babies. The birth of both was celebrated in their own right and compared to the birth of the sun for the boy and the moon for the girl. Both of them are equally important.
Ол кездегі дәстүрлі SHYGARU дегенге көбінесе жастар жиналады. Жас қыз-келіншектер.
SHYGARUs were big among the younger generation. Recently married couples, single men and women gather to set a positive tone to the event. Animals are slaughtered and food is prepared by the happy household. People sing and challenge each other in itis competitions. Throughout the night, people sing, play, and don't let the evil spirits in. That's why the night shift is called SHYGARU or SHYGARU. As part of this protection, the baby is kept inside the house for the first 40 days. Considered very frail till 40 days passes, the baby is kept away from the stranger's eyes. It is believed that an inimical stray gaze or word can hurt the baby. That's why the new mother didn't show up to the communal events and attend the places of mass gatherings. This tradition is very much alive even now.
Сонымен болса, қалың отырыстарға алып бармау, көрші қолаңға алып бармау салты бар. Әлі күнге дейін сақталған, әлі 40-нан шықпаған баланы.
The baby that successfully survived her SHYGARU is thrown a baby shower called KYRKYNAN SHYGARU, leaving the 40, Organized and run only by women, this ritual didn't include men at all. For the first 40 days, the baby is thought to be in a phase called barzakh, between life and death. After 40 days, most babies come to their more stable state, where they can control the eye, hand and feet movement, hold their necks and flex their fingers.
Содан кейін ол 40-нан шығарудың да өзінің салттары бар. Мәселен, 40 қасық суға шомылдыру деген бар.
There's a strict order for the steps in the ritual. Washing the baby in 40 spoons of water with a knapsack filled with 40 pieces of sheep droppings, dipping the baby in the silver water. Each element carries its own meaning. The droppings were used to manifest wealth into the baby's life. Sheep generally are highly revered in the Kazakh culture. The 40 spoons of water related to the 40 days of challenge the baby went through to emerge stronger.
Ал енді 40 қасық суға шомылдыру деген, жаңағы 40-нан шықты. 40 су шерлігі бар деген дүниені білдіреді. Сол күні жаңағы шырақты.
On that day, the fire that was kept alive all 40 days is finally put down. From now on, it is not mandatory. The silver water and silver items in general represented purity. Now we know that silver has antibacterial properties, and bathing a baby in silver water is highly beneficial to its health. The silver items used in the bathing rings, bracelets, and coins are then distributed between the bathing mates as a sign of reverence and gratitude. It is hard to overlook the essential beliefs of the Kazakhs, their understanding of the world both material and spiritual in this tradition.
Оларға сый-сияпат тарату деген ұғымдар бар. Осының барлығы айналып келгенде біздің ұлтымыздың, халқымыздың дәстүрлі ұғым түсінігіне байланысты жасалған дүние.
The next big event in any Kazakh baby's life is BESIK toy. This ritual is provided after SHYGARU. BESIK is the traditional Kazakh cradle made of wood. Traditionally brought by the baby's maternal grandmother, the BESIK comes from the harness made by the new mother's relatives. 9 pieces of clothing and 9 pieces of jewelry are gifted to the baby's paternal grandparents as a sign of respect and appreciation. Due to its name, the tradition is called Togiz Aparu, the gift of 9. Now, after the due respect is shown and korimdik is paid, BESIK koru. Due to its name, the tradition is called Togiz Aparu, the gift of 9. Now, after the due respect is shown and korimdik is paid, BESIK koru, the cradle demonstration, begins. Needless to say that BESIK is one of the major pieces of cultural heritage and is treated as such in every household.
Бесік деген негізінен біздің көшпенді қазақ халқының бүкіл ғұмырында жасаған ең бір тамаша туындылардың бірі болып саналады.
BESIK is a truly unique piece of cultural attributes that represents the reverential attitude to child rearing. Raising a decent member of the nomad society was paramount to its survival. Raising a healthy baby in the constant movement, providing a safe environment for her development, be it on the summer site or the winter dugout, would be impossible without the BESIK. A perfect fit for the lifestyle of nomads, BESIK speaks volumes about the child-rearing practices among Kazakhs of early ages. In one modification or another, BESIK is present in many Turkic cultures. The name itself originates from the common Turkic language. According to SHYGARU, a widely known researcher of the Turkic cultures, the word be means baby in evin kis. That's why words like BESIK or BESIK can be found in almost all Turkic languages. Based on this information, most probably BESIK means the place for baby swaddling.
Сондықтан бесік деген сөздің барлық түрік тектес халықтарда кезігеді. Сондықтан бұл баланы бөлейтін, баланы құндақтайтын орын дегенді білдіретін болу керек.
BESIK is the baby's bed. In the nomadic Kazakh culture, BESIK is the bed of the whole nation. The use of BESIK was registered in Central Asia, Caucasus, India, China, and Tibet. What changed was the minor details in construction. BESIKs have widely spread inside the territory of the modern Kazakhstan. Made by bending strips of pine trees and birches, BESIKs were very light and compact to carry around while migrating from one pasture to another. BESIK's construction allowed for baby's cleanliness through the attached bone tube called shumek. For the bone to be white, the bone was boiled in milk. The waste collector, tubek, was filled with cinder and was changed frequently.
Қазақ бесігі басқа түрік тектес халықтардың ішіндегі ең жетілген деп есептеуге болады.
I must say that the Kazakh version of BESIK is the most advanced one compared to the cradles of other Turkic and Slavic nations. The most typical one hangs from the ceiling. It is very simple and doesn't allow the mother to swaddle the baby in it. This kind doesn't have the waste collection parts provisioned either.
Өйткені оған баланы құндақтауға болмайды, жай ғана жатқызып қояды. Одан кейін баланың түбегі деген жоқ алдына, баланың шүмегі деген жоқ. Қарап отырсақ, бесік бүкіл сол көшпенді өмірдің тұрмыс салтына әбден бейімделген дүние.
The version developed by nomads is way more complex and well adapted to their lifestyle and its requirements. The busy mother doesn't have time to wrap and unwrap the baby to clean her. The design of BESIK is taking care of it. And there is a hole underneath the BESIK for shumek. Everything is solved owing to the design of BESIK.
Мәселен, жаялығын жуу, оны қайта-қайта шешіп алу, қайта-қайта орап құндақтау деген мәселенің барлығын сол бесік арқылы шешкен.
The nomadic lifestyle dictates its own rules. Many household items were created abiding by these rules. The BESIK is one of them. It is very convenient to be carried on a horse. In the regions where they rear camels, BESIKs were hung on the side of the animal and protected from being stumped at night, always warm in winter, shielded from the fall winds and scorching heat of the summer. There are 3 types of BESIKs in use. One of them is tal BESIK, trunk cradle. The baby that was laid in it was believed to grow up strong as a tree trunk. The type of wood used to make is very symbolic as well. Only the most admired trees like white birches, willow and juniper trees were used for this type of BESIK.
Мәселен, көшпенді өмірде кигіз үйдің ішінде баланы бөлейді дағы, анасы кетіп қалады, өзінің шаруасын істей береді.
In a nomadic household, the mother could safely leave the baby swaddled in the BESIK and run the chores knowing that no drafts can overcool the baby. The risk of being bitten by mosquitoes and other potentially dangerous insects is minimal. In the BESIK, the baby is well protected from the external dangers inherent to a drifting lifestyle. The collective experience made this cradle as convenient as it can be. Even traveling with the baby inside the BESIK is easy. You simply erect the BESIK on top of the horse or the side of the camel and continue your way. A truly mobile baby bed. Some people mistakenly think that babies are locked inside the BESIK the whole day and grow up underdeveloped. It is not so. A baby is safely strapped to a BESIK for the time it only sleeps. Any other time the baby is taken out for a play or a walk. Regular sessions of stretching and pulling as well as regular physical activities are performed on the baby, all aimed at helping the baby develop in its natural pace and form.
Осының барлығы күнделікті баланың өсуіне, табиғи өсуіне, дене бітімінің дұрыс болып өсуіне өте қажет.
BESIK is a sacred heritage. It is not a toy and shouldn't be considered as one. A BESIK without the baby in it is not to be rocked or left outside or used at odd times. To protect it from germs, it is regularly smoked with sacred herbs. Breaking these basic rules leads to a baby crying from fear and growing up as a coward. To protect the baby from evil spirits, several owl feathers and a paw of a vermin is hung in the head of the BESIK. The owl feathers also were to manifest watchfulness in the baby's personality.
Бұрынғы оғын бойынша бұны адыраспанмен, немесе аршаменен, тағы да.
First of all, since the old time, burning juniper, harmala, and sage produce very pleasant smells. Besides the smell, the smoke helps keep the living quarters germ and mold free. And lastly, the smoke and fire purity the air from the negative entities and keep the house safe and clean. You can easily buy a besom of sage or harmala on any market nowadays too.
Сондықтан аршаменен, адыраспанменен бесікті міндеттерді аластайды. Одан кейін отпен аластау деген бұл көне түркінің бағыз заманнан келе жатқан салты. Сондықтан кез келген затты отпен аластағаннан кейін бар, ол тазарады деген.
The ritual of swaddling causes interest on its own. Not just about anybody is allowed to perform it. Women who can't get pregnant or whose baby died are not allowed to do this part of the ritual. Mother of multiple children, experienced mothers and grandmothers, revered, spiritually strong old women are invited to do that. Before the baby is put in the BESIK, various customs needed to take place. All filled with the best of intentions, however odd-looking to the outsider. For example, in the Kizloda region, elder women saddle the BESIK and skip manifesting the beast of the future for the baby.
Бесікке қазақ баланы бесікке салу деген тойын өткізеді. Бесікке 3 күннен кейін, 5 күннен кейін.
Throwing a mini toy to put the baby in the BESIK is a very auspicious move and is generally held on the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 13th, or any odd day. Mothers with many children, a grandmother, are invited to celebrate the BESIK toy. A little function of its own celebration gathers people with good intentions, an experience to share with the newfound mother. The revered, experienced grandmothers are then invited to actually put the baby in the BESIK, and by their example and blessings, become old, happy women with swarms of children running around. Of course, some sort of play is done on this day as well. Before putting the baby in the BESIK, the grandmother throws candies and sweets through the opening left for the waste collector and asks, "Has our baby pooed?" The audience cheerfully chants, "She pooed, she has pooed," and catch the sweets. This cute tradition is gradually dying down. I remember catching poo candies myself when I was a kid. It used to be a part of our heritage.
Түбегін салатын жерде ойма тесік бар. Бесікті ашып қояды дағы, алдыменен соған қант кәмпитті жаңағы тағамдарды салып, айналдырып, жаңағы тесіктен өткізеді. Қант кәмпиттерді. Содан кейін тыштыма деп айғайлайды. Ана жанындағы адамдар тышты дейді. Ол деген баланың тірлігі деген сөз ғой, негізді айналып келгенде. Міне осындай бірнеше групптарды өткізеді.
Swaddling the baby in the Tal BESIK, tree trunk cradle, is occupied by its very special song, BESIK Jiri. It is believed that these babies grow up smart and well-mannered. The song conveys the best intentions formed in the best words and is received by the baby's soft brain as a life motto. The rocking movement and the singing acted like hypnosis and sunk deep into the child's mind. Probably that's why rocking an empty BESIK wasn't acceptable. The old BESIKs that can't serve their purpose anymore were burned to ashes. Even the ashes were buried under the fruit trees or other sacred trees that make up the future BESIKs. This is a ritual of giving back to earth what it has given and manifesting a fruitful adult life into the child's life.
Баланы сатып алу деген ырым бар. Бұл дағы бесікке салған кезде жасалады. Көбінесе бұл баласы тоқтамай жүрген кездерде жасалатын болу керек.
There is a tradition of buying the baby, also performed before putting the baby in the BESIK for the first time. If born after several previous baby deaths, the next baby is offered to be bought by their father. After putting the baby in the BESIK, the tradition, shashu, candy shower, 7 layers of blankets are put on top of the BESIK, and one of the elders' grandmothers saddles it and jokingly threatens to steal the baby if not bought for a high price. The owner of the household should appease to the granny with presents and buy out the baby. Many traditions are fit to certain situations only and thus not performed often and are now mostly forgotten. One of these traditions is to strap the remnants of the umbilical cord to the BESIK. This was symbolic to the message that the baby should stay at home, work for the betterment of the nation, create a family and rear children on this land. This rather magical ritual was to prevent the baby from wanderlust.
Астына байлап қоятын. Бұл неден? Бала қыдырымпаз болмасын. Баланың кіндігі осы бесікке байланған күйінде болсын. Басқа жаққа кетіп қалмасын. Туған жерінде мәңгілік болсын. Туған үйінде мәңгілік болсын деген магиялық ұғымнан туған.
The great nation of the steppes, we strive to conserve our traditions and revive the ones we forgot. We must continue on this path as we also help preserve the essence of the greater Turkic nations and take it into the 21st century, the era of culturally and spiritually aware people. Keep on the path of steady renaissance.